If you had to place yourself on the wealth ladder right now, lower, middle, or upper class, you would likely look at your paycheck, the neighborhood you live in, or the car you drive. Wealth class is a calculation of one specific number, your net worth. It is the sum of everything you own minus everything you owe. Because most people use income as a proxy for wealth, they are often entirely wrong about where they sit on the economic ladder. This creates a dangerous trap. It is possible to earn a high salary and fund an enviable lifestyle without ever building a single dollar of actual wealth. Consider Tyler. He's 34 years old, works as a marketing manager, and earns $85,000 a year. Between his modern apartment and new sedan, he carries the appearance of the solid middle class. His balance sheet tells a different story. Assets: a car worth $22,000, $12,000 in a 401k, and $3,000 in savings. Total, $37,000. Liabilities: an $18,000 car loan and $26,000 in student debt, totaling $44,000. That leaves a net worth of negative $7,000. Statistically, that negative number places Tyler in the bottom 25% of American household wealth. This bottom bracket is filled with professionals earning $80,000 or $100,000 a year. They maintain a high standard of living but remain trapped in a cash flow cycle where every dollar of income is consumed by lifestyle expenses and debt payments. Crossing the $23,000 threshold into the lower middle class requires Tyler to close a $30,000 gap. He could achieve this by allocating $500 a month to his student loans, eliminating that debt in about 3.5 years. For most in this bracket, wealth is built through a mortgage. This chart shows a $71,000 net worth, where home equity dwarfs other assets. But this capital is trapped. It cannot pay for emergencies unless you take on debt. At the exact midpoint of American wealth, the median household net worth is $193,000. If you remove home equity from that figure, the liquid cushion for the average household drops to roughly $30,000 or $40,000. While the median household is not broke, they are fragile. They live one major medical bill or a single layoff away from financial instability. Moving into the upper middle class, the range between $193,000 and $610,000, requires a shift from accidental home equity to intentional investing. Security at this level depends on diversifying the asset mix, moving capital away from a primary residence and into productive markets. At the bottom of this bracket, the house is 70% of total wealth, but reaching the top means achieving a 50-50 split with investments. This rebalancing is key to growth. Unlike a house, a diversified portfolio generates returns that compound over time. Households typically max out retirement accounts, capture full employer matches, and use strategic low-interest debt to maintain their trajectory. This 50-50 asset split changes the nature of the balance sheet. It stops serving as a defensive cushion and begins acting as an offensive launchpad for future wealth. When investments reach critical mass, the math of compounding takes over. Your money begins doing the heavy lifting instead of your labor. The math of accumulation is nonlinear. While the grind from $0 to $600,000 can take decades, the final push to $1 million happens in a fraction of that time. A higher salary only changes your wealth class when it is used to widen the gap between what you earn and what you consume. Real wealth is achieved when you intentionally shift your assets so the math does the work for you, permanently ending the reliance on your next paycheck. Look at the total distribution of American wealth. When we pool every household together, the upper tiers form an intimidating, almost vertical climb. This chart shows the exact breakdown. Right around $610,000, we enter the upper class. This bracket stretches up to $1.72 million, capturing the top 25%. Keep climbing, and we hit the top 10%. Entry requires a net worth of $1.72 million. This pie chart shows the inversion point. Below this, your house is the biggest asset. Above it, investments expand to dominate 75%. Earning 4%, a $1.72 million portfolio generates $69,000 every year, producing a median salary entirely without touching the principal. Hitting these numbers requires keeping and investing money, not just making it. Plenty of people pulling in $200,000 a year never reach this tier, while disciplined savers earning half that quietly cross the threshold. we stare at these massive nationwide brackets and feel hopelessly behind. But measuring an entire society from top to bottom masks the actual mechanics of building wealth over a human lifespan. To see how wealth is actually built, we have to shatter the national average into specific, localized environments. Lumping a 25-year-old recent grad and a 65-year-old retiree into the exact same financial benchmark ignores decades of compounding time. This line graph maps out the Federal Reserve's true median net worth curve based on age. Under 35, the median is about $39,000. The baseline steadily climbs over the decades, peaking at $365,000 for 55 to 64-year-olds. Take a 28-year-old with a net worth of $154,000. Placed against the entire population, they register as lower middle class, but against their specific age bracket, they are dominating the 75th percentile. They are ahead of 3 out of 4 people their own age. You cannot track your actual progress until you tune out the national noise and calculate exactly where you stand against your own generation. Let's run a stress test using a specific profile. We'll call him Tyler. Tyler is 34 years old. Between student loans and a car note, his net worth sits at negative $7,000. If Tyler looks at the entire country, he figures he's hovering comfortably somewhere in the bottom 25%, behind but not a disaster. This horizontal slider gauge exposes the real problem. The median for a 34-year-old is positive $39,000. Tyler is $75,000 behind his peers. He sits precisely at the 10th percentile for his age group. Facing a hard mathematical deficit against your exact peer group is painful, but stripping away the illusions to define this baseline is the only way to formulate a working strategy. Tyler has 2 working decades until he reaches his mid-50s. From this single starting point, his financial lifetime splits into 3 mathematical outcomes. In the first scenario, he coasts. He pays the minimums on his debt, puts exactly 2% of his salary into a 401k, and spends every dollar left over. This timeline graph tracks the result of coasting. By age 54, his net worth creeps to $120,000. He misses his peer group's $365,000 median by a wide margin. 2 decades of full-time work, and he barely moves the needle. Now we change the variables. In scenario 2, Tyler audits his spending. He cuts $700 in discretionary expenses, wipes out his debt in 4 years, and immediately pushes that freed-up cash into steady market investments. By 54, the math delivers $500,000 in net worth. He securely crosses the 75th percentile of his age bracket, and he does it without a single increase to his salary. Relying on hope practically guarantees a deficit. Applying strict mathematical intention to an average income forces an above-average result. The final scenario tests the absolute limit by combining aggressive budgeting with deliberate income growth and physical assets. Tyler develops new skills and pushes his earnings to $110,000. He freezes his lifestyle spending, invests $1,500 every month, and buys a duplex, living in one half while the other half subsidizes his mortgage. Look at how the assets compound here on the timeline. He generates a $700,000 investment portfolio working directly alongside $300,000 in raw real estate equity. Tyler reaches $1 million by age 54. He catapults from the bottom 10th percentile to the top 25% of all Americans, completely dominating the 90th percentile for his generation. Negative $7,000 to $1 million in 20 years. The math relies entirely on realistic returns, requiring 0 lottery tickets, wealthy relatives, or windfalls. The most devastating financial advantage you can acquire is clarity. Coordinates and actively engineer the math required to write your own outcome.